You see the uproar over Jackie Robinson, what happened here in the last 24 hours? This was all from yesterday. A Department of Defense webpage describing baseball and civil rights icon Jackie Robinson's military service was restored Wednesday after it went missing earlier in the day. So you know that the administration is trying to wipe out all DEI from basically every level of the government. And the Pentagon quickly admitted yesterday that it was a mistake to remove this page discussing Jackie Robinson's military service. And there were some other things that also accidentally got removed. Tuskegee Airmen as well were also on that list. So this happens. The administration, I guess, is like, whoa, big mistake here. Didn't mean to do that. And they quickly restored the page. But of course, this sent media into a tizzy, right? I see that Trump. He doesn't like Jackie Robinson. Okay, before we go any further, I want to remind you that 1 month ago today, February 20th, Donald Trump announced plans to build statues of Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, and Kobe Bryant in the National Garden of American Heroes, a sculpture park that he proposed during his first administration. So if you want to go down this rabbit hole, you believe that Trump is proposing statues of Jackie Robinson to then remove websites tied to his military experience from the Department of Defense's web pages. That's what I just want to try to connect the dots on if you truly believe that this was an intentional effort that they tried to go through, John.
These people that are so concerned about it, I would question, do you know who Larry Doby is? Right? Larry Doby was the second black player.
Of course.
If in the American League, Jackie played in the National League.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I don't know if they know that. They might now.
No. This is just outrage.
Yeah.
But look at you. I love that, John. Nice little tidbit there. So my mind went to two places here as well. First off, how did the media find out about it? Is Jeff Passan at ESPN just refreshing web pages on the DOD's website about Jackie Robinson's military history? It had to be, this is just where my head goes. It had to be somebody internally who tipped off somebody in media to make the administration look bad, to say, see, they're getting rid of DEI and they included Jackie Robinson's military history. Or did somebody inside actually do it by accident, air quotes, with the explicit plan to make the administration look bad by accidentally deleting the page on Jackie Robinson's military history to then be like, oh, see what they're doing? Look at what's going on here. It just, what else makes sense? It had to be somebody on the inside who recognized this, even if they weren't involved in it, and said, I know how we're going to make these guys look bad.
Yeah.
Like, just use your, put on the logic cap for a second here, and let's work through this together. Have you ever been to the DOD website in your life? I haven't. Been to a lot of websites. I've never been to the DOD website. No. Don't even know what's on the DOD website. Couldn't tell you anything that's on there. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know anything about it. Do you really think AP reporters, ABC reporters, Jeff Passan at ESPN are just going on the DOD site to say, let me check if they took down the Jackie Robinson military history page. I should probably do that today, said nobody ever.
Yeah.
So this whole thing feels like a setup. Now, the good thing is that, of course, the administration corrected it. And they corrected it very quickly, which is all they needed to do here. It doesn't mean that their broader plan is a bad one. It's a good one. Get DEI out of every level of government, and let's get back to a merit-based system. And to the credit of those involved with the DOD, they had a statement that came out from the Pentagon. John Ulyott put this out yesterday, press secretary. We are pleased by the rapid compliance across the department with the directive removing DEI content from all platforms. In the rare cases that content is removed, either deliberately or by mistake, that is out of the clearly outlined scope of the directive. He's even insinuating in that statement there that somebody may have tried to screw him and sabotage him.
Mm-hmm.
We instruct the components, and they correct the content so it recognizes our heroes for their dedicated service alongside their fellow Americans, period. He added here, everyone at the Department of Defense loves Jackie Robinson. I love Jackie. We love Jackie.
Even if he played for the Dodgers. Should have played for the Yankees.
We salute them for their strong and, in many cases, heroic service to our country, full stop. We do not view or highlight them through the prism of immutable characteristics such as race, ethnicity, or sex. We do so only by recognizing their patriotism and dedication to the warfighting mission, like every other American who has worn the uniform. That's all we need. But you want to know an example and have an example of why ESPN is such a failure of an operation now? This was on Around the Horn last night. Mina Kimes, what's her name?
Mina Kimes.
Kimes, thank you, Mark. See, I'm a sports fan, and they have made Mina Kimes one of their stars, and I can't pronounce her name. And I'm a diehard sports fan. And I don't know somebody, and I can't pronounce the name of somebody that ESPN thinks is a star under their umbrella. They have fallen quite a ways from the days of The Big Show, Dan Patrick, even Keith Olbermann before he went completely insane, and Stuart Scott, and the heyday of Chris Berman and
Tom Mees.
Yeah, oh geez, that's going back.
That's the good days.
Yeah, that's before me, John. But yeah, you certainly had a second stretch there in the mid to late 90s that was epic as well.
It's kind of like Saturday Night Live and MTV. There are little periods and pockets.
Yes.
Yep.
But those days are 20 years gone now at this point. So Mina Kimes on Around the Horn yesterday, think about this, like 2 days before the NCAA tournament, everyone's juiced up for that. And she takes 50 seconds on Around the Horn to talk about this Jackie Robinson story. Just what the, red-blooded American dude sitting down to watch some sports coverage is dying to hear about.
So ESPN and others reported today that the Department of Defense, amidst an ongoing effort to purge government mentions of diversity, equity, inclusion, removed the website honoring Jackie Robinson's military service. It has since been restored, and their spokesperson, the Pentagon press secretary, said this: we do not view or highlight people such as Robinson through the prism of immutable characteristics such as race, amongst other things. So, look, Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, he served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters. That history cannot be erased, it cannot be undone, and it must be recognized to fully understand and celebrate his legacy.
Thanks, Mina.
Segments like this
we know
are why this show is being canceled. Around the Horn is on the way out. And I'm telling you right now, when I was a kid, when that show just came out, probably around the time of PTI, pardon the interruption, with Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser, I would love to sit there on the nights when we would be running out to a ball game or practice or something and we would not eat as a family. I would get to watch Around the Horn or PTI. And those were the days. That was like 5 o'clock Eastern, 5:30 Eastern, back to back. As a sports guy, I just love those shows. And now you look at what they've turned into, and ESPN cannot get out of its own way. The people that run ESPN are so out of touch with what their audience is. Their audience is men who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. And especially the trend with young men, largely sports fans, who are trending even more to the right than their predecessors. They've got people on the air and they've got people running the operation who do not have the mindset of their ideal consumer. It's a totally broken formula, and they're the last ones to apparently know it.
I will say that's why Pat McAfee, I think, has a big following.
Well, listen, Pat McAfee, you're right. is of that ilk. I mean, look at what Dave Portnoy has done at Barstool as well. And Portnoy is not like super MAGA guy or something. There are things that he disagrees with Trump on, but he's a dude, and he's certainly not going to be simping for the far left in this country. He's ripped them plenty times. McAfee doesn't get as political as Portnoy will, but same thing. He's of that mindset. He's certainly not down with the woke movement. And those are your big sports media stars today. It's not Mina Kimes. What is it? What's the name again, Mark?
Mina Kimes.
Thank you. I'll just stick with the Kimes thing. It sounds good.
Rhymes with dimes and limes.
Yeah, I think it's got a nice twang to it. She probably wishes her name was Mina Kimes. It sounds a little more ethnic, right? Mina Kimes! Could I get an order of the Mina Kimes, please? To go. This is a classic example of somebody who's been propped up by a media outlet who, if she were to go out on her own, would be completely irrelevant. And you see that happen in many cases with people on CNN, MSNBC, and ESPN, and there's a reason for that. But then there's Tucker Carlson, who goes out on his own and is arguably just as big a star, if not maybe a bigger star in some circles, now that he's been doing his own thing. Goes to show you, the marketplace is never wrong.